In this video, we will summarize the Three Bears cartoon from beginning to end and in detail. Before we begin, let us get to know the main characters of this cartoon, and the first character we will get to know is Grizzly. Grizzly is the older brother and leader of the Three Bears. Being a grizzly bear, he is familiar with the area of the forest where the bears live. He does his best to do what is right for his family and himself. The next person is Panda, who has more knowledge about technology-related things and things from Asian culture. He is the middle brother, and as stated by Grizzly, he is the link that holds them all together. He cares about H.O. He cares about his brothers, and if they get into trouble, he will try to intervene whenever and however he can. It is revealed that he was raised in a Chinese panda zoo until he escaped and met Grizzly and Ice Bear on the way. The next character, Ice Bear, is the youngest of the three bears, but he is considered the strongest, smartest, and, at times, most mature brother among them. He cares about his brothers a lot. He tends to do most of the housework and does not mind doing so. Not only is he a smart and strong bear, but he is also essential to the Three Bears brothers. After we get to know the main characters of this cartoon, we will go directly to the first episode of the show. The episode begins with the three bears waiting to play a basketball game. Before they start, Grizzly puts his wallet in his backpack, Panda puts his phone, and Ice Bear puts his ninja stars. They then play basketball, failing and missing the basket several times, and after several attempts, they score the ball in the basket.
Oh! Yay!
Prompting them to cheer and throw Panda into a nearby fountain. Grizzly tells them he saw an improvement. Suddenly they realize they left their backpack alone. Panda is terrified of losing his phone after discovering his backpack was stolen. They found a police officer and asked her to use her gun, but she showed no interest and said she would write a parking ticket and leave. The bears take the parking ticket and use it as a fake FBI search warrant. They call a taxi and show the note, but are quickly kicked out of the taxi.
It's gonna be tougher than I thought.
Then they see a restaurant next to them, and the bears enter it, and Panda works on the pictures that all look the same. After a little time passes, we notice Grizzly trying to talk to the pigeons, and he finally reveals that one pigeon knows who did it. He shows her some pictures, and the pigeon points to number 41. The bears go with the dove, looking for the thief who stole the backpack. Moments later, the three bears arrive at a dark place surrounded by houses. The bears use binoculars to spy. They see player 41 wearing a yellow backpack. Together, the bears climb into that player's house. Grizzly stops in order to eat an open can of potatoes, but Panda stops him and reminds him why they are there. The bears crawl behind the sofa and are about to steal the backpack, but they get distracted and accidentally cheer for a basketball game on TV. Player 41 pays attention and wonders who they are and what they want. The bears got the backpack.
Pass to the left side. Dangerous skip past across. I got it! He's got it! Doubles back!
And ended up on the windowsill. They were thrilled that they got their stuff back, and suddenly the bears noticed the police and observers below. It is revealed that it is not their backpack, but player 41's. A police officer told them that the pigeon they encountered was fortunately working undercover and wearing a wire. He then tore up the fake arrest warrant and told them not to do the same thing again. In the next episode, the bears wait 4 hours in line to get a ramen taco. They ate it, but were irritated by the quality, thinking it wasn't worth the money and the 4-hour wait. Grizzly gives the rest of the ramen taco to a squirrel, but Panda points to a sign that says, "Do not feed wildlife," and quickly changes his mind. The bears try to get their money back for the ramen taco, but the food truck owner refuses and tells them to leave. Grizzly threatens to write a bad online review about his food truck. Later, we notice the bears in their house. While Grizzly and Panda complain to each other about the food truck, Ice Bear offers them calzones. Grizzly and Panda try the calzones and declare them delicious, with Panda calling them tastier than a ramen taco. This statement gives Grizzly the idea to open their own food truck and get rich cooking Ice Bear. The three bears agree and begin working on their food truck montage. After starting work on their food truck, The bears realize that no humans wanted to buy their calzones. Grizzly tries to hand out free calzone samples in California, but they all refuse. Later that day, the bears are sitting next to their truck, no longer even trying to attract customers. A man walks by, but he ignores Grizzly's offer of a free sample. Panda wonders why no one wants to try his food. After a little time passes, a raccoon comes to the bear truck. With $1 in his mouth, he tells the bears that he wants to buy the calzones. Panda again points to a sign that says, "Do not feed the wildlife." After a moment of hesitation from the bears, they eventually give up and are sold to the raccoon calzones. The bears celebrate making their first sale.
We're rich!
Raccoon returns to his family, serves them calzones, and they all love him. Raccoon then continues to spread word in the forest about the food. Ice Bear is cooking, and eventually hundreds of animals wait in front of Ice Bear's food truck. Grizzly wakes up and is shocked to find all the animals lined up with money to pay with. Bears immediately begin preparing food. After getting a lot of money, the bears celebrate their success, but are interrupted by other food truck drivers. They complain that wild animals chase away customers, eat their food, and cause chaos. Grizzly tells them they're just jealous, but a bird passes by and steals the calzones from his paw. A grizzly chases him, and soon after the wild animals begin destroying the entire truck stop, forcing all the food truck drivers, including the bears, to take refuge in one truck to protect themselves. Finally, the bears apologize for causing the chaos, and the episode ends with the bears covering themselves with tomato sauce and being fined for feeding animals, selling without a permit, and driving an unregistered truck.
At least we taste great.
The episode starts with a girl called Chloe that records a video when you enter the bear's house through the window. She documents the entire cave. Grizzly and Panda go home from the front door, and they tie the girl to the chair and question her. Who is she? The girl tells them she's doing a mission research at the university. Grizzly pushed to look in her bag to get evidence. They found a package of gum and a college ID card for the girl you know on Chloe Park. Bears continue to eat all the gums, and Chloe gives them a show. They want to follow the bears around and study them for more gums. Grizzly accepts the Chloe offer happily. As today goes by, Chloe documents everything that bears do, including brushing Grizzly teeth, Panda looking for romantic games, and Ice Bear practice of martial arts. Chloe also documents the usual activity of bears when they're in town, which includes playing with products sold at the store and watching the show. At the end of the day, Chloe finished her project at the bear's house and gives the bears a lot of gum.
Foods. Go ahead.
Chloe goes to get on the bus, and you leave the house. Bears realize that Chloe left their computer by accident, but bears decided to watch the presentation. They immediately started to be angry because that show contains a bad picture of the three bears. Chloe sends them a text message and asks them to bring their computer to college tomorrow, and bears respond to them that they will, under the cover of an invisible motivation, to give them their version of the presentation. The next day, she found Chloe Bears, and she's speeding up to college and recovering her computer. In College Hall, the teacher calls the first student present, which is Chloe. As Chloe goes up to the stage, the three bears enter the hall, disguised by clothes. Chloe connects the computer and makes its presentation as a project on search for the three bears. When the presentation starts, the video starts to play. Despite repeated Chloe attempts to turn off the video, it continues to play. Video is a badly edited project that was often created by Grizzly. The video continues to make unreasonable claims to make bears look like extraordinary animals, and after the video ending, the audience seems shocked and confused, while the three bears are silently applauded. Despite Chloe's attempts to convince the teacher that this was not her real work, her teacher was disappointed and described her mission as incomplete. Chloe starts crying. The three bears realized the wrong three in doing and revealed themselves to the public as bears, the audience shocked. A few moments later, the bears slowly crawling to the stage and admit that they wrote the report. Once they went on stage, Grizzly made it clear that they were Chloe friends, and I did a research, but they wanted to make the presentation interesting. A few students ask a few bears questions about themselves, Grizzly answers all questions, and the public is asking them anything. Sometime after many students ask questions, which all bear answer, refer to Chloe, and the audience applauds very well. The teacher was later seen changing the renal degree to A+, and as she was leaving the hall, many students congratulated her. The episode ends. In the final episode, the three bears go to trial for causing chaos for people in the street. Officer Murphy refuses to impose a harsh punishment on the bears until Agent Trout, a nature conservationist, arrives to declare that wild animals in general in public places are not natural and that the bears must be taken away and separated. The crowd agrees and the bears are stuffed into the police car.
Hold it.
While Darryl, Ranger Tables, Chloe, and Lucy complain to Trout about his treatment of the bears, Charlie, Brenda, and the rest of the jungle animals hijack the truck and head into the woods. Inspired by the poutine truck, Grizzly suggests that they run away to Canada because they love the bears there. Panda rejects the idea at first, but changes his mind when he realizes he doesn't want to stay with Charlie. They disguise their truck as a hippie truck and make their way to Canada. After outwitting Trout agents at an inspection station, the bears get into an argument about which way to go and end up being run off the road by the mysterious machine. They crash their truck near a cornfield
Slow down, bro!
and discover a stick playground filled with internet-famous cheering animals. While the animals are invited, they encounter the bears when they learn that they are not the stars of the internet. The bears explain their situation, and the animals sympathize with them and allow them to stay. However, one of the attendees, Pizza Rat, alerts Trout to their location after becoming jealous of their inclusivity. Trout and his men chase the bears but manage to escape, though the truck is destroyed again. They have reached the Canadian border. Unfortunately, they discovered that they could not enter because they did not have any passports. Panda angrily scolds Grizzly for this, to which the latter responds by yelling at him. In the end, Panda hurt his brother's feelings by saying that they are not brothers. Trout and his men arrive to arrest them. Trout announces his plan to send Panda and Ice Bear to China and the Arctic, while Grizzly is placed in a bear enclosure with the other non-speaking bears. After having a conversation with himself, Grizzly remembers that he made a promise the day Panda and Ice Bear met, that they would be brothers for life. Grizzly gets out of the fence and frees the other bears as they proceed to free Panda and Ice Bear. A fire was started by an electrified fence, and Officer Murphy arrived by helicopter to rescue them. The bears decide to make the biggest bear pile possible, while news reporters and onlookers watch, making the citizens of San Francisco realize the error of their extravagance. Trout uses the bears to escape to the helicopter, but Murphy arrests him, and all the bears manage to escape. Afterwards, the bears are seen as heroes. Trout is taken into custody, and Murphy announces his intention to bring the bears home. Grizzly has Murphy allow all the other bears to naturalize in San Francisco, as everyone begins to appreciate their presence and is adopted into their community, as well as apologizing to the bears for their mistreatment of them. This is where the story of this cartoon ends.